So now to draft the basic bodies for the child, you need to first let's create the borderline of one shoulder line. I'll be drafting the back and the front together. Please, I'm using a marker so that you can see it is for the sake of tutorial. If you are making drafting your pattern or you are um, doing it directly on paper, please don't use marker because marker is a bit thicker and to add to your measurements. So for this, I'll be using the baby's measurements is for the chest is 21 inches. So here I will input 22 inches. Now connect it. The baby's arm length is 8 inches. Because I'm drafting directly on paper, I'm not adding any sewing allowance. If I was drafting on fabric directly, I would have added 1 inch to the 8 inches. So half for joining at the shoulder and half for joining at the waist side. But in this case, that is when I want to transfer to fabric, I will add my allowance. So this is it. So this 24, I'll divide it by 2 and I'll have 11. So this is our front pattern. Sorry, this is our back pattern. Sorry, this is our back pattern, and this is front pattern, and this is front pattern. So for the child back, and shoulder measurement for the child is 10. Divided by 2, we have 5. So I'll measure 5 here. Now I'll also measure 5 here. So for the shoulder slant, I'm going to be coming down by half an inch. So that's for shoulder slant. Then for the armhole, the child's armhole measurement is 10 inches. 10 inches divided by 2, we have 5. So I'm coming down by 5. That will also serve as the check line. So I'm using chest measurements of 21 inches. So 21 divided by 4. So that will be 10 and that's 5 1/4. So here I will input 5 1/4 plus sewing allowance of 1.5 inch. So that's it here. The same thing with the waist. So the waist also is so that's 5 1/4 plus 1.5 so here. So I'll connect that. Then for the armhole, I'll just give it a curve here for the armhole curve. Then the same thing for the back also. For the back, I'll come down also here by 5 for the chest line. So I'll connect it. Then for the measurement, 5 1/4 plus 1.5. That's it. Yeah. So that's the same thing for the down part. So just connect it. And the hammer. So for the neck, I'll be coming down by because it's an outer neck, I'll be coming down by 1 inch here. And the width I'll be using 2.5 for the width. So I'll connect it. For the back, I'll be putting it down by just 2.5. Then also, I'll connect it and I'll show that slant. So this is it. But because this is not the end of it, because this dress is a quarter neck dress. So I'll be connecting it from the neck to the arm. So I'll connect it here, I guess. Because it's an quarter neck dress. So we're doing the same thing for this also. So for the back pattern, if you saw the picture, it has a nice shape, oval shape at the center. So for the shape, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then the length of the shape, I want it to be like 5 inches. So this is it here, like this, 5 inches. The width, you can use anything you want for the width, but please don't allow it to be more than 2.5. So you can just draw any shape you want here. So I'll just be drawing an oval shape here. You can try to draw a circle, you can try to draw anything of your choice. So this is the back pattern, and this is the front pattern. So I'll cut it now and transfer it to my fabric. When transferring into my fabric, I'll be adding zip allowance here. Then all around, I'll be adding half inch for sewing allowance all around. So that is the basic pattern. This is front and this is for the back. So now I'll cut it out so that you can see. So this is it. So this is our front pattern. This is our front pattern, sorry. And this is our back pattern. So now to cut the lower part, you know you're cutting a jumpsuit. For the lower parts, you bring our fabric like this and you place the front pattern on it this way. Here we measure the length for the jumpsuit, for the lower part of the jumpsuit is 10 inches. So for 10 inches, so now measuring 10 inches out. You know we're not having swing allowance here because this is the pattern paper that I'm using. So this is it. So here for the front pattern to draft it, I'll be coming down by I'll be giving an allowance of 1.5 inches. So I'll place this here like this. So I'll come down by 8 inches for the crotch. By 8 inches. So this is it. So I'll measure 1.5 here too. So then I'll connect it. So I'll connect it here this way. And I'll connect this way. This will be here like this. Place the same. So for this one, I'll come in here like this by 2 inches. Then connect it here. Don't forget we're making the jumpsuit. Then to get this measurement here, I'll measure what is here this way. What do we have here? Here I have 8.5. So I'll measure what I have here. I'll impute it here too. 8.5. But because if you notice the style that it's flared, it is not straight. It's a little bit free at the lower part. So I was trying to come out. It can come out by 1 or 1.5. So I use 1.5. So I'll connect this with this. Then just curve it here. So this is our trouser pattern for the front. This is it for the front. So I'll cut it out and show you for the back too. The only difference from the front from that, what differentiates the front from the back is that the back is going to be having the zip allowance, unlike the front that does not have a zip allowance. And don't forget that this is a pattern paper. If you are making this on your fabric has to be on fold. It has to be on fold. So imagine this is on fold now before you cut it out. So when you're transferring it to your fabric, your fabric has to be on fold. So now cut the pattern out for the lower parts. So this is it. This is it for the front. And for the back too, we'll cut the same thing. The only difference from the back from the front is that you're going to be adding your zipper allowance to the front, and that is all. So now I'll cut it and transfer it to my fabric. So now I'll be transferring my pattern into my fabric. So for the fabric, I'll be cutting both the fabric as the fabric. I'm using it both as lining and as the main fabric. So I'll be cutting two of each of this pattern. So now we're cutting the pattern. Shit. So now I'll be cutting out. So now I'll be cutting out the patterns on the main. I'll be transferring the pattern to the fabric. But for each of the patterns I'll be cutting double of each because I want to use the fabric also as the underlay, as the lining. So cutting my front pattern out first. So for the front, this has to be on fold. So you can see the fabric is folded into this on fold. So this part will be with me. When I was cutting this pattern, I already added sewing allowance to the side, but I didn't have joining allowance, so I added joining allowance all around it. That's half an inch all around it. So let me pin this in. So the pattern stays in place. I have to pin it down. So I'll be cutting half inch round. I won't be cutting half an inch at the side because I already added enough allowance at the side. So the same thing for my back pattern. He's also into two already. I've added my zip allowance to this. I added half an inch for the zip allowance. So if you want, you can add 1 inch for your zip allowance. But for me, half an inch is enough for the zip. Yes. So the same thing I did for the front, I'll do for the back. I'll add half an inch all around. Except at the side. I won't be adding at the side because I already added an allowance when I was cutting it out. So you need to cut this center part open. So for this also, because they will be joining it too, I'll be adding my allowance around it also. So this is the back pattern. I'm still going to cut another one like this each for these two because of lining. So the same thing with this. I'm just trying to cut the underlay. So I'll open it up. So this is the, we're done with the upper part cutting. This is the pattern for the upper part. So I want to cut the lower part now. So for the lower part, I'm not cutting an underlay for that. I'm using just 1 inch of this fabric. It's only the upper part I cut an underlay for. So it's also going to be on fold. So this is my front pattern. Now I'm going to be cutting my front pattern. Just like the front, I already added sewing allowance to this side. So just the joining allowance I'll be adding. And yes, joining allowance all through. So for the lower part, I want to fold it in with 1.5. So I'll be adding 1.5 inch at the lower part. So I'll just mark on my 1.5 inch lower part. So other than that, I'm just adding 1/2 inch all around for joining. For the side, I won't be adding anything. I already added my sewing allowance alone. I should have folded it before cutting it. So for the back pattern, so I'm repeating the same thing. For the back pattern, I'll be folding in one and a half. So that's the folding in allowance at the lower part, that is the taping allowance. So I'll just place this over it like this. And I'll be adding my allowance all through. I'm not adding at the side because I already added at the side earlier. So this is it for the back pattern. So this is it for the back pattern. So this is it for the front. So this is it for the front pattern. So so that is it with our pattern. So these are my patterns. This is my front pattern for the trouser. This is my back. This is my back pattern for the trouser, and this is my back. So these are my patterns. So these are my patterns. For the back and the front. So yes, this is it. This is my front pattern. So this is it. This is it for the back. This is it for the back, and this is it for the front. And this is it. And this is my pattern for the front. You can see there's extra after the joining allowance I need to join the crotch area. So these are patterns. So now I'll go ahead to join. So now to join, I will take this and join to this. So I'll go ahead and join the shoulders, the armhole. I'll go ahead and join the armhole for each of them. So now I'll go ahead and join the armholes. Then I'll show you after joining the armhole. To join it, I've joined both the armhole together. I've joined it together, and I've ironed it actually. I've given it a good press. So and I've joined it together. So this is it. So this is mine. I'll be trimming it out. I'll be trimming these excesses out so that it will not be bulky at all. This is the nature of the fabric I'm using. So the next thing we'll be doing is to join it together. So I'll go ahead now using my sewing allowance. I will join this I'll join it here, this way. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. I'll join it here, like this. I'll join it straight at the sides, the two together. I'll repeat the same thing at this side and join it together. I'll join it now and you will see what I'm talking about.